All the furnishings and knickknacks you see behind me are the stuff that I had to bring out of a listing that I'm about to bring to market. I was recently called by a client to list her elderly parents' home. And unfortunately, like a lot of elderly people's home, it had grandma's decor in it. Don't get me wrong, I love my grandma as much as the next guy, but my grandmother's not who I want decorating my listings when it comes time to get top dollar in a tough buyer's market. So unfortunately, grandma stuff had to go, and we had to bring our staging stuff in. Let's go in and take a look. I'm gonna show you what we did. So the first thing we do when we find a new listing that we're gonna stage is come through and do the basics, like touch up the walls, fill any holes where old pictures were taken down that we moved, touch up the paint, touch up the trim. And then after we do that, we're gonna turn our focus to staging the rooms, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, etc. So I'm gonna bring you in here and show you what we've done with this bedroom. This bedroom had tons of holes in the wall that we had to patch and fill where the old art was. We've taken all that down. It had a flowery bedspread. It had a lot of cluttery stuff in here, like air purifiers and fans and things that just don't go really well with the eclectic look that we're going for. The first thing we do also is swap out the bedding. Now in this particular house, it didn't actually have a bed remaining anymore. So what we've done is brought in air mattresses. You can see this air mattress fills the place of the bed, gives it the thickness, and then of course we bring in our modern white comforter, our matching pillows, our matching throw on the end of the bed, and then really tie everything together. And you can see over here too, we bring in little knickknacks to give everything a little bit more modern, put together feel, as well as little stuff here, nicer lamps, nicer wall art. So this is an example of what we do when we've got an empty bedroom or a bedroom that doesn't have good appeal. After that, you'll see stuff like this when we come to the shelves. We want coffee table books, we want ornamentals and different flowers, different pots, different stuff to fill in the void spaces to make it look like it had a designer touch to it. You can see here, we used the existing furniture. This was the chair that was already in here, but this pillow was actually saggy, so we took some of their old pillows and I stuffed it to give it a nice full look and give it a refresh. And then of course we came and we draped it with really nice looking coverings, fresh pillows, and gave it a designer look. The tray with the ornamentals on it as well ties everything in. And then if you look back behind you, you can see we've got a little bit nicer piece of wall art that we brought in as well. Once again, we try and use as much of the furniture that's here as possible so we don't have to bring anything in. This really cool antique writing desk fit the decor, so we brought that in from the garage and we just dressed it up with a bowl of apples. This mirror was actually already here, but it looks much better when it's surrounded by other modern stuff. So like I said, we try and use as much of the original stuff as we can. The dining room table was a different story. It had just a pretty worn finish. It was an old oak farmhouse style table. It was okay, but it definitely didn't give the nice designer vibe that we wanted. So of course we start off with tablecloths. We bring in our nice matched dish sets. My partner Amanda has a great eye for origami, makes the cool little folded napkins. Of course, we brought in more modern chairs to round things off, and we brought in a modern rug as well too. So the rug underneath was supplied by ourselves. And it gives this room a huge feel. We'll show you a picture of this furniture that was here before, so you can see the difference that it made in real time. We also bring in bigger art. We'll show you what was here. This was a grandmother's house, so it had a lot of old family pictures, which were great for your grandma's house, but once again, not fantastic if we're trying to sell. So that was the first task we had, was filling all those holes, touching this wall up, and bringing a nice, big, appropriate statement piece of art in to take its place. Now I'll show you what we do in the kitchen. And in this kitchen, we had a particular challenge because we've got a little bit of hodgepodge on the appliances. They had done a really nice modern stainless steel fridge and a really nice modern dishwasher, and they even did a fairly modern granite top, and this is a fairly high group granite, and it is a light color, so it could feel much more modern if these cabinets were turned white. It was our job though to draw the attention away from the fact that we had half black appliances, half stainless. So of course we've come in and we brought cookbooks on stands, we brought wine and wine glasses, lots of little designer touches. We bring in the nice designer cutting board with a bowl of lemons, bottled water, and of course back behind the sink you can see also we've got another ornamental back there as well. So all of this stuff ties together to make the kitchen feel more curated and more intentional and draw the eye away from the fact that the appliances don't match and the cabinets are brown instead of a modern white or gray. After that, we're going to come back and take another look at the other bedroom. Once again, we've swapped out more of their art.
Dear God, what is that thing?
So we bring in quite a bit of curated wall art. We bring in curated rugs that match our wall art. So when we buy our staging stuff, we try and put it together room by room so that we've got rugs that match the wall art. Once again, we built this bed completely with crates. So you can see the crates that we brought over that we bring our staging stuff in double as a bed. So we built the bed with crates and an air mattress. Once again, designer sheets, everything very well curated. We've also brought in our end tables. So we do have a little bit of light furniture like that we can bring in to fill the room in, and it rounds everything out. So it went from an empty bedroom that had no appeal to a bedroom that feels like it has designer touches. And we did it quickly and on a shoestring budget so that you don't have to spend $3,000 or $4,000 a month bringing an outside stager in. That's going to be the difference in a really good realtor and a realtor that's not so great. Is the big teams and the better, more talented realtors own all their own staging equipment and offer it as part of the listing like we do. And last but not least, we're going to look at one of the bathrooms. What we've done here in the bathroom, once again, we bring in matching designer towels, we bring in curated art, everything down to the soap dishes with the designer wrap soaps. We bring in nice matching soap dispensers, another ornamental, more towels, more knickknacks there. And then of course, even here in the bathtub, we've got artificial plants to give it a little bit of a tied in feel. And of course, another piece of modern art. And then the last thing we did was change out the light bulbs. These light bulbs were all soft white bulbs. This bathroom had a really gloomy, sort of dark, uninviting look. We've brought in daylight bulbs to lift the feel of the room and give it a bright look. And it's also better to put makeup on in the makeup mirror with daylight bulbs. So this whole thing ties together to give the bathroom a designer feel and make it feel like a place you'd want to get ready in the morning. Another super simple staging thing that I do is getting rid of the brass trim on the fireplaces. A lot of people don't realize it, but this brass trim usually is either stuck on with magnets or it just pops on. That easy, and it makes the fireplace feel 10 times more modern, and it kills the dated brass feel of the room. So these are just a few of the staging things that we do to our listings to make sure that your house stands out above the competition and you've got a leg up in a market where buyers normally have the advantage. Let's face it, when buyers are in the driver's seat, your house has to be tip top and really stand out. You can't have any rough edges or anything left to be desired. That's where a good agent comes in, and the prep that we do in this staging phase sets the stage for a top dollar sale. And remember, when you hire my team, Colorado's Elite, to handle your listing, all of these staging services are 100% free. They're included in what we already charge you as a listing commission, so there's never an additional fee to stage. Unlike a lot of these other agents who don't have the luxury of owning their own staging materials, they end up having to direct you to a company that could charge you as much as $3,000 a month per room to bring staging material in. With us, that's never a concern. It's all part of our basic listing package. So please keep us in mind if you're listing a home. We'd love to come talk to you and see your house. Thanks again.